Up today, the body of a 5-year-old child swept under the mud in a landslide in Kasika village, Kasese district last week is still missing. 16 people died. The father, Moses Muhomba, who lost 8 relatives in the disaster, has not given up hope and is pleading with the government to help him search for his child's body. Elfaz Muhindi, the LOC5 chairperson of Kasese, who heads the district disaster management committee, says they are ready to tackle the aftermath of a disaster in the area. For years, the district has experienced flooding, mudslides and landslides.
The issue here, Kasese is prone to disaster, be it floods, be it mudslide or landslide, also even the issue of serious winds, which is also affecting us here. But as Kasese leadership, we have come up with a plan that every year each department will be contributing 3% of their budget.
In Imbale last month, heavy rain caused 2 rivers to overflow and caused flooding in the city. The result was 29 people dead and destruction to property. Mbale District Vice Chairperson Tony Wamagale said they need better trained personnel to help in circumstances like these.
But some organization, like we have our organization, it undertook us a number of days for training, and we on contingency planning and other things. And as I speak, is that some people at least have knowledge on how to handle disaster.
In Kabale district, which has suffered landslides and hailstorms, Nelson Nshagamba Shaija heads the district management committee.
Thank UPDF for the good work, because immediately when this problem happened, they responded quickly and we are still waiting for the good work from them.
Kampala Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, who is the chairperson of the Disaster Management and Response Committee, says the city is prone to floods and fires.
When it comes to disaster preparedness, theirs is about disaster response, and I told them it's a misnomer to call disaster preparedness as a disaster response. It should be disaster preparedness. That's why our strategy is disaster preparedness. Response is one component of disaster preparedness. Once it has broken out, how do we respond?
What is common with all these districts is the lack of funding to deal with disasters.
The government should plan ahead. Instead of a disaster occurring, then they begin coming in to say restaurant here and there. They should allocate huge sums of money towards that disaster, towards disaster management.
You cannot raise money, and so we are finding it a bit difficult. So that even the 3% we are getting from each department is not for scamming.
This government has given lip service to some of these fundamental issues. They were quick at signing international instruments and protocols.
The committees work with institutions like the police and with development partners. The spokesperson of the Uganda People's Defence Force, Brigadier Felix Kulaije, says the army is always prepared to offer their services in case of a disaster.
The military is, of course, the fact that it has a command structure. It is easy to move. When there is an emergency, you have the military to move very fast, get a situation, and they deal with it as it is.
Kulaije says they have trained personnel to handle disasters.
We are trained to deal with emergencies as a military. And so when emergencies occur, then it's within our means of appreciation, of training, that we go to support.
But he adds that in areas where they have not been, it means they are not invited, despite the constitution mandating them to serve Ugandans. The district disaster management committees are made up of the district chairpersons and security officials, among others. Juma Kiria, NTV.